But here we go. We're getting in our next game. We're getting into our grand finals. The grand finals here at PiGosaur Monday number 20. We have our top 2 players, and who is going to be our champion is spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold. We have the French Terran player, the blue Terran. Representing Team Liquid, it is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Danish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is MaxPax. Any representation from South America here? Cham has been more active. Cham, he was very inactive in 2024, but as of, I want to say halfway through January, yeah, around like halfway through January, Cham, he started playing again. I'm a little bit surprised he's not here this week, but Cham, for the past month, he's been very, very active, and he's been achieving a lot of really good results, not just in Open Cups, but Cham has been invited quite regularly to the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts, the BBB. He's been invited quite a lot there, so we do feature, Cham has been featured quite a lot, so Cham is looking really good. I would say currently Cham is the best player in Latin America. Cham, he has since surpassed Special. He has surpassed Kellizer, I would say, as well. So Cham, he is like the #1 from the Latin American region. But he's not here this week. At least I didn't notice him on the bracket. El Chamaco, if you will. El Chamaco. So now Double Gas opener out of Clem and going for a faster factory. Meanwhile, across the map we do have MaxPax just going for a standard opener for the time being. And welcome one and all to Whispers of Gold. Whispers of Gold, of course, is a very small map, a very aggressive map as well. I would not be surprised. Clem has been very fond of going for Cyclone into Tank Drop. He's been very fond of it. We saw it so often and so much last night in his series against Hero, and even in the matches before that against Geralt as well. I was in last night's OSC Season 12 Championship. So I wouldn't be surprised if this leads in the direction of a Tech Lab, a Starport, Cyclone into Tank. We'll keep an eye on Clem. But now, it's going to be Hellion first. So initially Reaper Hellion out of Clem to move out and to gain map control. Meanwhile, take of choice for MaxPax is Twilight Council. Again, MaxPax has been very vocal about his disdain for Stargate play, but he does still incorporate it from time to time on larger maps. But he's more of a Twilight Council Blink boy. More of a Blink boy instead. Okay, it's going to be a Hellion opener into a Widowmine drop. So something more standard, something less aggressive from Clem. This will gain him map control and more importantly, vision. Scouting across the map. Likewise, going to be building up his bio army. This could be a Widowmine Marine drop, depending on how high the Marine count gets. Now, Clem, he does skirt around the edge of the map, and he has yet to confirm what's going on. Dips in, sees the gateway, pulls away. As an NA player myself, I hope we can get a Huck moments out of one of the two of them. I do think that Trigger's on the rise right now, and I do think that if we get another Circuit, if we get another EWC, then I do think that Trigger is definitely one to keep an eye on to see his rate of improvement and to see his performances. I think he has a lot of potential as a player right now, especially still staying in Korea and still improving. So I look forward to it. And Astray as well, like, again, if there's another Circuit announced, then Astray, he's going to go, like, back into high gear and back into, like, full training mode. Regardless, for now, we do catch the Adept, so we get shut down. Meanwhile, we do see MaxPax is going to commit across the map. So it is still 3-gate Blink, but with that Prism is going to be more active, more aggressive. He will be expanding. This is not an all-in, but it is a more aggressive variation of 3-gate as MaxPax is soon to push. At the same time, Clem getting ready with that Mine Drop. So far, he is being hunted down. He was spotted already by MaxPax, and he's getting ready back at home. We have a tank on the low ground. We have a bunker as well, soon to be a second tank. Clem, he is securing himself. We'll see if he can hold on. Again, MaxPax, he has some of the best Blink control in the world. Some of the best 4-gate and 3-gate Blink. As, again, if he sees an opening, he will abuse it. Mind Drill coming in. Stalkers, they try to commit. So far, Clem holds. So far, Clem is holding on. MaxPax looking for another opening. Clem building up his bio. He still maintains that drop across the map. So it does keep it alive. Stalkers are getting behind the mineral line. They catch a couple of SCVs. So far, 2, 3 SCVs going in. 4 SCVs even. Not bad. Catching 4 workers. Keeping Clem pinned. MaxPax doesn't lose a single Stalker. And again, Clem, he shouldn't be pushing out until he has Stim. Like, one Stim, and once these upgrades finish, then he can start to break free and take a third base. Meanwhile, MaxPax, as we mentioned before, it's been quite trendy to go into Blink into mass charge lots. This Swarm Toss style, we have 5 gates on the way. This is all before any splash damage. We saw Clem play very similarly, if you recall. Clem playing very similarly here. And this will eventually lead into either Storm or Colossus. Speaking of, there it is. There's the Bay. Bay is on the way for Colossus production. Drop this pin back. And this has kind of been like the standard go-to meta of PvT. Ooh, as the Autostars come in, they shut down some of the first 6 probes going down. Oh my god. Very nice move, very nice placement out of Clem. Shuts down the mineral line. And the Raven does survive, not taking a single hit of damage. Meanwhile, MaxPax still applying pressure, warping in Zealots, getting ready for a Zealot drop into the mineral line, and potentially even forcing slash damage. Oh. But Clem is moving out. Remember earlier we said that once Stim finishes, he can break out, and Stim is done. Stim is complete. Forces back the bio. Oh, sorry, forces back the Stalkers. As Clem moves out, MaxPax is moving in. And Clem commits across the map. Back at home, there's nothing to defend. Oh, there's a couple of reinforcements. There's 2 Widow Mines and 3 Marines. Oh, mine shots. Have them under control though. Avoids the mines. Does avoid the Widow Mines. These Zealots are getting out of hand. At the same time, the boys have been pulled. There's a 2-base all in. It's all or nothing for Clem. Force fields are decent. But not good enough. And the army breaks through. Colossus has arrived. And tanks are going to be able to siege up here just in time. Can we focus on the Colossus? Colossus does pull away. And Clem is going for the third. He's going for the third expansion. He will not get down. Cells were cleaned up. And right now, MaxPax is buying time for the second Colossus. He needs a little bit more time, a couple more seconds. And it will finish. Meanwhile, Clem is still all in. Another massive warp of Zealots. Catching reinforcements, or at least trying to. Going for the natural. Distracting Clem. Tanks are edging closer, getting within range. Oh, the move command. Oh my god. Careful. Clem, he does overextend for a moment. Takes down the gates. How many gates are left? Oh, still plenty. 6 gateways remain. But the Robo is going to fall. And you could argue this was needed a little bit sooner. Still against 2 Colossus, it's not going to be easy. Takes down the Robo. Zelsul coming in from behind, catching reinforcements. Does find all the probes. Going for the Cybercore, and here comes the surround. Yeah, Zelsul coming from behind. Massive mine shots. Zelts are falling, but the tanks are exposed. And down goes 1, 2, down goes the final tank. No tanks left, but GG gets called as Clem, he still breaks through. He shuts down the Gateway Army, and Clem, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Clem, he will break through, he will take the first game. I was a little bit concerned that he was taking a little bit too long. I was concerned by the Zealots catching reinforcements, but MaxPax, he committed so hard to that fight, he had to clean everything up then and there, and he barely didn't. He barely did not clean up. He did reset the tank count, but he did not deal with the bio army, and with that, GG. GG well played. Whew, Clem, he pulls off the all-in. That leads us into game number 2. Now, when it comes to all-ins, they do hit harder on Whispers of Gold. I do see that being less effective on larger maps. Speaking of, we're loading into Ley Lines. Ley Lines is a slightly larger map compared to Whispers of Gold. So I'm sure MaxPax is going to be a little bit more comfortable loading into this map. But we'll see. We shall see. The pressure is now on MaxPax. And we'll see if he can make a series out of it. And we assume he can. We assume he will. Again, MaxPax and Clem, they trade back and forth very often. I do give the edge to Clem, but MaxPax, he's still one of, if not the best Protoss in the world. He is still one to be feared. Here we go. Yeah, getting into game number 2. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the French Terran player. We have the French Terran for Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. We'll see if he can keep this going. We'll see if he can keep up that momentum. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, with the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can recover. It is MaxPax. Cool, because he's showing how to beat himself with either race. Kind of. It's one of those things where, I mean, the style that Clem plays, I mean, sure, he catches MaxPax with his pants down a little bit here, but at the same time, he knows more or less the ins and outs of that like build, I should say, of that 2-base all-in. A lot of it comes down to buying time, to war being extra zealous, to getting that surround. Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily showing like how to beat Clem specifically, but no, maybe in a way. At least I guess in a sense, you're able to like see him on both sides, right? You're able to see him from both sides of a PvT matchup, and there's definitely a lot to learn from that. True. There's a lot to learn. I guess, now that I think about it, I guess it is a little bit more applicable because, like, I'm thinking of, like, Raynor in PvZ, right? And Raynor, he loves embracing Sky Toss, and he's also not ideal against it as well. I mean, in general, a lot of Zerg players are struggling against Sky Toss, so, like, in a way, that's applicable, right? Where it's like, oh, like, you know, he's beating other Zerg players with Sky Toss. You know, that's how you beat Raynor. It's like, I mean, kind of true, yeah. But I feel like that's a little bit more general, right? Where currently a lot of Zerg players are struggling that much more in the late game. Here there are more intricate builds in PvT. True. Oh. For those who don't know, the Reaper does outrange the Adept, so we get a couple of shots in before pulling away. Nice control there by Clem. Behind this, a Twilight Council opener out of MaxPax. Twilight Council into Blink. So now he does shut down that Reaper. Reaper does fall. And behind this, Clem, he's getting into his own 1-1-1 setup. Here we go. Now this time he's going to be committing a little bit more to a Mind Drop. So again, Clem, he does vary it up. Again, he's very diverse in TvP. So going for his Mind Drop instead to get across the map. I would take like how Clem plays against MaxPax with a grain of salt though, just because a lot of this is also like metagaming and mind gaming. MaxPax and Clem, the reality is they do play very often. They play very often, and because of that, like they have very unique matches against each other, just because they know each other's tendencies so much. Like, MaxPax and Clem, they are so familiar with each other. That's, I don't know if you can take too much from that and apply it to other PvTs. So there's always that to bear in mind, always. As Clem does dip in, Stalkers are in position. Despite that, late pull away. Oh no! Oh my god, massive connection. 7 probes go down, and MaxPax not paying attention. Late reaction, late response, and Clem does take a lead. Whew. Does take a lead. And what's scary about what just happened? He gets 7 probes, and he still has the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines, they survive. They're still here to live for another drop, for another run by. Aye. MaxPax feels otherwise distracted across the map with the Stalkers. And MaxPax, he has to leave a Stalker here to defend. Behind this, he's on how many? He's on 3 gates. He has to counterattack. He has to move out. He like, there's so much pressure on MaxPax right now to get damage done at the natural. He's getting ready. He's moving in. Going for another warp in. Army gets spotted. Bunker is about to finish. Second bunker on the way. And MaxPax, he should dive in. He goes to the tank. Tank is going to fall. Boys are being pulled. There's the auto turret. And can Clem hold on? Barely does force MaxPax out. Force him away. Widmine turning back around. He's racing back home. Like as MaxPax, he wants that second tank, but he will not get it. Clem is holding. Clem, he's holding on. Holding on, likewise dives in once again, gets another tank. Prism is going to be targeted down. At the same time, here comes a mine drop. 10 probe kill. Oh my god. Time and time again. 10 probes go down, 17 in total. MaxPax is all in. He's becoming more and more all in at this point. He does have a third base, but that is brutal damage for 2 Widow Mines. Those are the same 2 mines. The same 2. Now, thankfully, MaxPax, he has been resetting that tank count. Like, he's killed 2 tanks so far. And as the tank count gets lower, that is going to reduce the kind of... Oh, God. We're going for 2 more maxes. I was going to say that is going to reduce the potency of the counterattack. But do you see what I see? I see 2 more maxes, no third TC. Based on the placement of these maxes, there's no add-ons. It's a 2-base all-in. There's a 2-base all-in here from Clem. I mean, he knows he has a lead, so it's a smart move. He knows that he's ahead. He knows that MaxPax is struggling. He knows that MaxPax needs to be greedy here, and he's vulnerable to aggression. So Clem is building up towards that all-in. So MaxPax, he dives forward. He will barely get the tank. Not bad. Gets another tank. Boys are being pulled. Observer gets found out. Ooh, the Prism barely survives. Clem is holding, but when it comes to this all-in, he's down to 1 tank. And what I love here, Dark Shrine. Now, MaxPax, he's reading this well. MaxPax, he knows that, I mean, he sees no third TC, right? He sees no expansion. And if Clem is going to all-in him, then DTs are going to be ideal defensively. Because scan's going to be limited. Right now, Clem, he's muling his heart out. So I feel like DTs are a really smart choice here, given the situation. But they're going to reveal themselves early on. And there's a turret. Yeah, there's a turret in position. DT is scouted. Now Clem knows. Turret in the main. Doesn't have a scan. Ooh, no scan available. Free damage. Getting 2, getting 3 SCV so far. Getting 4. 4 CV kills. There's a scan. And here we go. Well, now it's time to break out. It's time to push. Now, is the Raven still alive? No. The Raven was sniped, so no Raven. But now Clem has, he knows to hold on to those scans. DT does engage. There's the first scan. First scan gets thrown down. We have chargeless to defend. Clem, he is committed. He decides not to pull the boys, but, I mean, he is all in. There is no third TC. Force field does slow down the army. Another DT coming from behind, going for the final tank. Yeah, massive pickup. Very smart choice there from MaxPax. Mine shots going up. We need that scan. As the army does spin forward, takes down the expansion. Third base is gonna fall. There's a scan. Catch the Dark Templar. Oh, but the army is getting overstimmed. And can MaxPax hold? No more zealots. No more zealots. No more charge lots. Immortals are going down, one after the other. Only zealots remain. GG gets called. MaxPax, he gets broken, and Clem will take a 2-0 lead. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Clem, he will overwhelm MaxPax again. Clem, he did crippling damage with that mine drop. The MVPs of this game was the 2 Widow Mines. The drop and the 2 Widow Mines, they killed 17 pros between 2 Widow Mines, and that did allow Clem, that made him go for the decision of going for the all-in, because he knew that MaxPax is behind, that MaxPax is crippled, that MaxPax needed more time to build up. If MaxPax hadn't lost so many probes, then most likely Clem wouldn't have gone for the all-in, would have gone for a different style entirely, but he saw an opening. He saw an opening, he went for it. GG. GG, well played. At this level of play, it's quite common. It happens a lot in ZVT as well, where Clem, if he kills the 4th, if he moves out with his 7-minute push, if he kills the 4th base, then he will 8-rax you, he will just all in, because he knows that the Zerg player is behind and they can't produce, they can't keep up economically or production-wise either, and he just commits. Similar here, where got a lot of economic damage, commits. Like, he knows that that MaxPax, he was weak there, he was vulnerable, and with that, went for the kill. And now we're getting into game number 3, and we'll see if MaxPax can recover. I'm hoping he can. I'm hoping he can. We know that he can, but we need to tighten up that early game as we load into Ultra Love. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our French Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming. Down heavily in this series, he has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. It is MaxPax. The pressure is on. So far, these games have been quite fast, both on Whispers of Gold and on Ley Lines. We've had 2 ace all-ins out of Clem. Again, different reasonings and different rationale for those all-ins, but regardless, have been very effective. And MaxPax, again, he's going to have to tighten up that early game to avoid being vulnerable in that kind of game state. To defend, to survive. Ooh. Clem opening up 2-axe Reaper. Okay. You have my... Yo, Clem, he wants to go to bed. What time is it in Europe right now? Hold on. France time. It's 5:38. Mate, these are the purest of degens. I mean, Clem and MaxPax, they're known for being a little bit degenerate. It is 5:30 a.m. in the morning, mate. That is crazy. If you're out there, if you're also watching from Europe, get some rest, man. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest. Be careful. Be careful. Oh, oh my god. Yo, peak gaming hours here for Clem and MaxPax. 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Insane. But also shout out to our passionate players, right? There are a few key players, Clem, MaxPax, Geralt, Nickerax, they come to mind. There are Shameless as well. There are a few players from Europe that do go full degen and they play in this tournament on a regular basis. The passion is real. I will show up 4 in the morning. True. I feel like there's a difference between watching and playing though. Like the cognitive abilities here, they're in full swing for both Clem and MaxPax. The brains are firing up. The passion, baby, the passion. Another. Oh. Watching for the UK, 4:30 a.m. here. Crazy. It's a little bit better, a little bit. Not as rough as 5:30, but the passion is real. Take care of yourselves, take care. As Reapers, they get into the main. Remember, 2x Reaper. With this, the goal here is to get economic damage. We do shut down the initial Stalker. Shield batteries on the way. And how many probe kills? So far, Max actually does quite well. He pulls back those weakened workers. So far, so good. MaxPax is holding. No shield battery on the low ground. Reapers, they rotate over. The Stalker is low. And he wants that Stalker. He does want it. And he's going to get it as well. Trades out a Stalker for a Reaper. Second in depth. Oh, shot goes up. And MaxPax, he's holding. He's holding on. Ooh, we'll lose another probe. Probe does fall. Another Reaper comes in from behind, collapsing on that Stalker. Boy's being pulled. Another Reaper falls. And MaxPax is holding. It's a chaotic defense, don't get me wrong. It is chaotic. Oh, and that final Stalker is going to get picked up. But for the most part, Clem, he's run out of steam. He's run out of Reapers. He will get 4 workers towards the end. And now it's time to take stock. What did we lose? What did we gain? So that was 5 Reapers. 5 Reapers for 4 probes, 2 adepts, and 2 Stalkers. Trading with the army was really important. It does mean that MaxPax, I mean, it's quite expensive to replenish that army, to go for extra warp-ins, to be able to have any kind of harassing damage across the map. So that was decent damage here by Clem. From here, settling into a 3-1-1. Ooh. Now, what is a 3-1-1? Early stim. Really fast stim here, faster than any game so far in this series. So insanely fast stim into fast combat shields. This is actually the setup for a 2-base all-in. I know we've seen a lot of 2-base all-ins so far this series, as we do start to step forward at punishing those Stalkers. Stalkers are getting very low. MaxPax, though, he should escape. But this does reek of a 2-base all-in. Basically, what's happening here is that we are prioritizing these upgrades, stim and combat shields, for a very strong timing. We're delaying the starport. We're going into an add-on swap into medevacs, and from here, we're going to commit across the map with a heavy bio army with a very strong stim timing. With this, we can pull the boys. I will say, though, that with this variation of 3-1-1, there's no tank production. So 0 tank production. The factory is only for add-ons. So most likely, Clem, he's not going for an all-in. But it is an aggressive build, but not all-in. Behind this, yeah, he's going for the eBay, taking gases. He should be setting up for a 3rd CC. Should be setting up for that 3rd command center. Sim is now done. We are waiting for the medevacs. Once the medevacs arrive, then Clem can push. And what is it to defend? Well, charge should be done in time. Charge is halfway done. It should be done in time. 3rd base is on the way. 0 splash damage. No shield battery at the natural. There's a shield battery in the main. But this move out is going to hit like a truck. It's going to hit like a cyclone. It's going to be crazy. And here it comes. There's Stim. Does reveal itself. Coming from behind, trying to collapse on those Stalkers. MaxPax slowly bleeds out 1, 2 Stalkers already. Losing 3. 3 Stalkers go down. Clem, he is getting that 3rd CC, as we did mention. He is expanding. And he's moving out. So far, they're topping up his forces. Doesn't commit yet. Starbase is vulnerable. Zealots are warping in. And waiting for extra units. We have observers following the army. So far, nice blinks out of MaxPax. Does blink away. Does blink back. Walks in a handful of zealots. 1 rotor goes down. Oh, and he does catch the observer. Nice catch. Mine's just going up, forcing a bit of friendly fire. Zealots are going down. The Stalkers are exposed. And he wants them. He stims in. He wants those Stalkers. Shield battery goes down. MaxPax is up against the wall. Boys, they have to be pulled. This is not gonna be a pretty hold here from MaxPax, and he may just lose everything. As Clem, he stims and he wins. It does catch the Stalkers. Brutal choke point. The probes are all going down. It's a meat grinder here. 12 worker kills. MaxPax, he will hold. He will survive, but again, at a cost of the mineral line. Mineral line did go down, and Clem, he's not done. He backs off. He reinforces. And he wants more. And he wants more. He's not stopping. Counting back against the Zealots. Zealot count is getting higher. Ooh, the Immortal's exposed. Immortal is exposed. Does survive. And Mass Zealot is holding. Surviving. Oh, Jesus, as the attention to detail does focus on those further back Zealots. Does hunt them down. But with these Stalker reinforcements and MaxPax, he should be able to hold on here. It's close. It's still very close. Finally, the Immortal goes down. Massive pickup. Mind on the Zealot army. And Clem, he's finally going to be forced back. Whew. But what's important here is that he did cripple the economy, and behind this, he expanded. Remember, this was not an all-in. Not an all-in, just a very strong timing. Oh no! Prism almost gets caught. Clem, he maintains momentum. He still has that map control. MaxPax still pinned back. Clem, he is unrelenting. He still doesn't turn around. And I don't think Clem has enough to break the third, but he's still trading. Like, he's still picking up Stalker after Stalker, Zealots as well. Happy to trade with the main army and be as efficient as possible. All pickups, saves those Marauders. Force fields were good. Gets one Marine at the same time. Nice Zealot run by. Prism towards the natural. Zealots, they distract Clem. But he's still moving in. He's still pushing. Oh my god. Yeah, Mind Shots are brutal. Zealots go down. Across the map, we get some SCV kills, but I have plenty of reinforcements. Oh my god. And the Prism is going to fall. Doesn't unload. And without that War Prism, there's nothing to keep Clem home. Clem, he can now push. He can now rally everything across the map. And MaxPax, he just can't breathe. He's trying to. He's trying to force Clem to back up. But he refuses. Time and time again, just keeps rallying down to purely Marauder here. Lost all the Marines. But the reinforcements are soon to arrive. Catching up more Marauders, not bad. Valuable pickups. Nice pickups there for MaxPax. Nice force fields as well, zoning back the army. Does buy more time. MaxPax does peel off a couple of Zealots, going for a run by. Going for a counterattack. Again, just trying to force Clem back home. Zealots, they bust in. Clem, he stims forward. He wants that Colossus. And he's got the Viking. Yeah, he should get it. GG gets called. MaxPax, he is broken. He cannot keep up. He cannot sustain himself. And Clem will take the series 3-0, becoming this week's PiGosaur Monday champion for the first time. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here. Congratulations to Clem. He will take it for the first time, and worth it here. Worth it to stay up until 6 a.m. in the morning. GG, well played, as he will claim the win. He will be our champion. And I'm sure for the first of many. I'm sure the first of many wins here for Clem. Again, Clem, he isn't really one to stay up too often here for the PiGosaur Monday. He does show up, but again, this is his first win. He had 2 second places before this, but now is our champion. Is our champion, and a very strong showing as well. A very aggressive style against MaxPax. Very aggressive. As MaxPax, he was just being punished time and time again. I mean, we saw some mistakes early on from MaxPax when it came to early aggression. Clem, he was able to gain a lot of momentum this game as well. As a reminder, he went 2-Rax Reaper into a 3-Rax Stim timing, where he was able to trade so well. If you remember, this all began with Clem killing 12 probes at the third. He killed 12 workers. That is crippling damage. And after he had dealt all that economic damage, he just kept the pressure up, because once again, he knew that MaxPax was behind. MaxPax, he did fall behind after losing all those workers. MaxPax, he was doing everything he could to keep his head above water, but that's all he could do. All he could do was just stop himself from drowning, as Clem, he just kept rallying, kept applying pressure, kept pressing the issue, until eventually, MaxPax, he capitulated, right? He eventually did fall over. Was broken. GG. GG, well played. And congratulations to Clem. And his real reward here is he can sleep. he can go to bed, Pap. He can go to bed. Get some rest. GG. GG, well played. With that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Pig, of course, to Pig alongside Stegosaurus. The reason why this is called the PiGosaur Monday, this was actually the Stego Monday beforehand, which is why the logo is a dinosaur. You can see the dinosaur bottom left. This is the Stegosaur, or the Stego Monday. But Pig did end up deciding to help sponsor, help provide for the prize pool, and as a result has morphed from a Stegosaurus into a PiGosaur instead. So shout out to Pig for helping to sponsor the event, and Stegosaurus as well for also providing a lot of the prize pool as well. Big shout out, much love to our two contributors to the event. Again, they're also casting on their own channels. Pig is casting, I believe, Steadfast and some of the other language casters as well, like Cranky, like Rocklet. So do check them out whenever you so can. They do provide other casting for other events as well. So plenty of content all around, and likewise, hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time, because this is our first broadcast of the day. Switching our scenes over, we have another broadcast here later on in the evening, bam, at 7 p.m. at KST. That is going to be in 5 hours. In 5 hours time, we're going to be live with our next broadcast. That is going to be Little League Cup day number 2. We casted day 1 live, but we will be wrapping up with day number 2. Again, we weren't able to cover it live. This did occur last week. We weren't able to cast it live at the time. We were actually casting the OOC King of the Hill. So OOC King of the Hill at the time was our priority, so we weren't able to finish up Little League Cup, but now we're here to catch up on those replays. That is going to be a replay cast here on the channel. Meanwhile, tomorrow we have some OOC Season 12 in the morning. We have the Turtle Tussle on Thursday. We have the Pondcast. We have Amantes. More OOC on Friday. KSL, SEL, and the Tuna, or the Sparkling Tuna, at the end of the week. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft on the horizon. Do check it out. We are live multiple times a day, every single day on the channel. Plenty of StarCraft, plenty of content. Right now we do have an opening Sunday morning. I might be able to slide in another cast there. I always have something to cast, so I got you, Papi, I got you. Might be able to slip something in. Do I have anything, actually? Hold on. Because I often get... Oh, we do. Yeah, we do. Of course we do. So Sunday morning, we'll most likely be able to slide in an FSL cast. For those that are curious, what is FSL? That is the Family Star League. Shout out to KJ. KJ, he is the owner of Storm Gaming. That's MaxPax's team. And he has been organizing something similar to the La Comunidad show matches. For those of you that have been watching, the Latin American region has been hosting some show matches where they pit the Latin American community against pro players. We've had show matches with Björn, with Dark, with MC, with Honmono, basically where they pit like a team of 2 or 3 diamond players against pro players, like 3v1, 2v1, that sort of thing. The FSL, they took note of that, and they're doing their own version for the American region. So they have basically players lined up. Specifically, first is going to be Cyril. So Cyril, he's going to be playing against a team of diamond players. So 2 to 3 diamonds are going to be going up against Cyril in a show match format and a show match series. We are going to be covering that here most likely Sunday morning. As again, we were given the replays, and shout out to the people working behind the scenes at FSL. They reached out and they did ask us to jump on to cast it live for the next one, and it won't be on the channel, it won't be on the Cranky Ducklings, it'll be over on the Storm channel. But yeah, I did agree. I was like, you know what, I'm always willing to cast, and they did agree that we can upload the VODs to YouTube. So we won't be able to cast it live here, but we can upload the VODs to YouTube at a later date. So that is going to be some FSL content on Sunday. Oh, este password. Ya, papi, ya. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Ah, ¿cómo vamos, papi? Bien, bien. Ya terminamos, papi. We just finished the cast. But with that, GG well played. We just wrapped up. And again, our next broadcast is in 5 hours, or in less than 24 hours, Wednesday morning for OSC, for the OSC Season 12 Championship. GG well played. Este password. We just wrapped up. You can see here, we just wrapped up with the PiGosaur Monday. Clem takes down MaxPax 3-0. Big win. Grande, Clem, papi. Grande. Oh my god. Takes down MaxPax 3-0. El mismísimo, papi. God. But he does take it. And yeah, with that, we're going to be wrapping up for the day. We're going to be wrapping up for the day. If you want some more content, some more StarCraft, if you want to be notified when we go live, ! Socials in the chat. and you'll be linked to our social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things Cranky Ducklings, so you can follow us. We'll post it when we go live. If you want some VOD content, YouTube is the place to be. Twitch, they are eliminating their kind of VOD system, so all the VODs are going to be on YouTube. Check us out there if you want to watch us. Otherwise, thanks so much. We do appreciate it. Why can't you cast 24/7? Serious question. Ah, true. Unfortunately, I do need to sleep at some point. Unfortunately, do need to sleep. And we do at least have half a day off. You can see here, Wednesdays, we have half a day off. So I say half a day off. I'm probably going to be laddering that day, like streaming ladder. Going to be streaming on my personal channel, @_VIP. Streaming some ladder. Otherwise, for now, I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I'm starving. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna go get some rest. I'm gonna get ready for the cast later on tonight. I do have to edit VODs and get ready here for the rest of the week. That's also why I can't cast 24/7. When I'm not casting, I'm still working in another capacity. I'm just editing VODs, uploading, scheduling, making thumbnails, working on social media. Like we don't have the biggest team on the Cranky Ducklings. It's mainly myself and Kuro that work behind the scenes. We do have other helpers though every now and then, like Phoenix, like Yaku, like Steel Mold, of course, as well. But for the most part, we put in the bulk of the work. Like shout out to Kuro. Kuro, of course, she handles all the assets you can see here. Like she makes the visual like representation of the stream that you see, like the overlays, like the schedule as well. Everything that you see, like I'm just the streamer, and I work on like spreadsheets and like editing and all that stuff behind the scenes. But when it comes to the more creative side of things and the visual aspect of things, that's where Kuro comes into play, making all the banners, making all the assets, the overlays, the templates for all the thumbnails. So yeah, to work in unison as a duo. A lot of work. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. We do appreciate it. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the time being. And thanks so much. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Let's have a look. Who is streaming? Who is live? Who can we raid? When it comes to laddering, I'm probably going to be able to stream tomorrow. Also, you can support us on Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon is designed to fund our tournaments. It's designed to fund our events. All of our events are funded via Patreon by the community, for the community. So thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you. Thank you to all of our patrons. And who's streaming? I see Practice X, Bomioja. I could raid Bomioja. True. I see Snake Style. Gnocchi is playing Helldivers. Sort of is playing AoE. Who else? Who else is streaming StarCraft? Hello, Florencio is live. Let's go. Sal is asleep. Sal is in bed. I think we'll give it to Bomioja. Give him some love. Give him some love. He's a nice guy. Nice guy. Supporter of the channel. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hasta luego.